Hey guys, welcome back to another Sunday video where we go over trade setups for the week ahead. Starting out, I'd just like to keep you guys updated with how my trading performance has gone this year. So far, we are up $16,600 in the month of July. That is a 2.79% gain. My purpose with showing this calendar is to show you guys you don't need huge percentage gains, but you do need large capital in trading. This is why I think if you are looking to get funded, that's a great option if you are already a consistently profitable trader. And a reminder, it's not a good option if you're not a consistently profitable trader. Sometimes new traders fall into the prop firm funding stuff without being ready. I just want to say, if you feel like you are actually ready, if you are already consistently profitable, then I want you guys to check out the link and promo code down below in the description. We do have a partnered prop firm now, and they will give you a 15% off any of their evaluations with our code A1 Trading. So let's take a look now. This is the year-to-date performance of this account, up $101,000 so far. And again, this is a much better year than last year. I've done several videos going over my year-to-year performance. This year has been a pretty big hit. Let's take a look at some setups now, going over to the charts. All right, guys, so we're here on my Webull charts, and I'm just taking a look at my gold position, which is where I want to start here today. I did end up actually picking up a gold position on the end of last week, and this is the technical breakdown behind the trade. It is relatively straightforward technical analysis, the stuff that's in textbooks. Believe it or not, I think it actually can be very powerful when combined with things like fundamental and sentiment analysis, which we'll be going over in this video, preparing you guys for the week ahead. As we get started, do me a quick favor. I am on a Sunday doing these videos. I love doing it, and I'm happy to be here. But if you do enjoy and appreciate the work that I put into this channel, do me a quick favor and hit that thumbs up button down below. It really does help. Anyways, gold picked up or pulled back here after its recent strength, and I decided this was going to be my opportunity to try and pick it up long. Now you'll notice I'm trading GLD. This is just a stock ETF that tracks the price of gold. Since in the United States, we cannot trade gold CFDs on Forex brokers. We either have to do it on the futures market or through an exchange traded fund like I'm doing here. But if you're outside of the US, it shouldn't really matter. We are taking a look at gold here. And I want to pull this up on the 4-hour chart just so we can take a look at the trading view side of things. So here's the trade setup, the XAUUSD, the gold spot equivalent of what I'm trading there on my brokerage. So price pulling back here, and it hit the 61.8% retracement. Now I have to be transparent. I actually took a buy trade over here and it didn't work out. So I took one loss already. This was my L last week, and then I took up a second position here towards the very end of this past week, and this is where I'm currently at. My thought process here is, if we do some technical analysis quickly, this market is in a strong uptrend overall. We've had a series of higher lows come into this market, and I'm questioning whether or not this will be another higher low. And the reason I say questioning is because I don't know. I am not certain as to what the market is going to do next. I try and make this point often in my channel for newer traders. Professional money managers, hedge fund managers, professional traders, they don't know with certainty what the market is going to do. They make educated guesses essentially, and they risk small. That is the key right there. That's the mix to profitable trading. It's not YOLOing your account and throwing around, huge predictions on what the market's going to do. That is more television style trading, and that's not what we're really here to do. So anyways, price pulled back. I am taking a stab essentially at picking up another buy trade on the gold market. And if we do see this market rally, my goal is to try and get a trailing stop going here. So ideally, for those of you guys who are watching this trade, perhaps you're inside of our Discord channel where I did share this trade. I'll show you that real quick as we get started here. So I shared my trade inside of the Discord channel. I said I'm re-entering that gold trade that I tried out for. Didn't quite work out the first time, so I picked it up a second time. With a deeper retracement. So this was the first trade. You can see clearly in hindsight, I was a bit early, but I still liked the trade. And I said I'm going long on today's pullback. Stops below structural lows. Central banks seem to be seeing victories across inflation measurements, with both the UK and US showing promising improvements. This could lead to softening on the rate hike side of things and offer some good upside to gold. So I picked it up once and it didn't work out. Price stopped me out. But I still liked the trade. COT data still shows a huge preference, and I'm going to get to this in a second, guys. The latest data is out, and I will show you that here in the video. Big upside for gold. Still lots of bullish interest on the gold market, and retail is still very short, as you can see here. I'm going to pull up these reports here in just a second so we can take a closer look. But the point is, I re-entered at a lower point around the 61.8% retracement. I re-entered the trade. If you'd like to get these updates sent directly to your phone, you can access them by joining our VIP membership group. And we are currently doing a sale off of this. If you'd like more information, down below in the description, take advantage of the discount code YTVIP if you'd like to sign up for the Discord channel that we've got shown here. Okay, so I mentioned I want to show you guys that data. So COT data came out. Now, what you can do here is you just navigate over on our software to the Smart Money Tracker. This shows the COT reports here each week-to-week report. Okay, we have the latest data, and it's in, and we see gold is a notably very interesting component to this this week's data. What we see here, let's identify gold for a second. So what we can do is the way we read this chart here is COT report comes out once a week. If you're newer to my channel, I cover this stuff very heavily on the channel because it essentially is a week-to-week showcase of what big money is doing with their positions. Are they buying gold? Are they selling the dollar? What are they doing, right? So this allows us to track it. We've built software that pulls in the data and makes it visually easy to understand. So when we read this chart, we're looking, of course, at gold, and we see 263,740 long contracts. These are futures contracts that are being tracked by the CFTC or reported to the CFTC. Short contracts are about 70,000. And we recently, so this is the week-to-week change in long contracts. What we see is there was an increase of 23,000 long contracts. That's a big increase week to week. Now, of course, this is just week to week data in these two columns. And it's really important because it shows us the latest moves. Change in shorts were decreased. So gold interest actually was super bullish this past week. We saw lots of buying, and we saw even shorts being closed from people who were, institutional money that was short. So we see a really bullish report here coming out for the week-to-week data from the COT report data. Again, long percentage ticks up just under 79% to 21% long to short ratio, summing up pretty much these two numbers. That's huge. So gold here clearly has a strong bid from institutional traders, despite the backdrop here that we saw. So in my personal opinion, this is just me telling you my opinion. I'm not here I'm not doing your homework. I'm not telling you what you should do or what I'm not giving you advice by any means. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm telling you what I'm doing. I'm a trader. I took a trade on gold. I think it has upside, and that is my take or one of my lead positions going into this upcoming week. I should also mention, guys, if you do want access to this software, there will also be a link and promo code down below in the description if you'd like to pick up the EDGEFINDER. My company, A1 Trading, builds software tools for traders. We've been in business since 2019, and we've been really specializing in software since about 2021, and we've been building this product heavily. We have so many different features in here. If you watch my videos, you'll see me using it often, and if you're newer to my videos, I highly encourage you to check out this tool. It is something that I use in all of my analysis throughout each one of my videos. Sometimes people are like, Nick, why are you using the software so much? It's clearly you trying to sell it. Well, let me first of all say, yes, I am trying to sell it. We've worked incredibly hard to build it. And also, I want to sell it because I genuinely believe and use it all the time in my own trading. I think it would probably be a bigger concern, to be honest, if I didn't use it constantly in my videos. Because again, me using it constantly shows how much I actually really like the product. Anyways, the dollar index is next up. Dollar index had a good recovery this past week, and there's something here we got to pay attention to, guys. Gold up, gold down, dollar kind of up, right? So the dollar strength did come back in, and that correlation held. If you watched my correlations video yesterday, I talked specifically about gold and the dollar, how they are in some ways usually inversely correlated. One goes up, the other goes down. So anyways, the dollar finally sees a pretty sizable retracement, and I think we need to go back to the daily chart to really get a picture of where we're at. So dollar bullishness, is it likely to continue? In my personal opinion, no. I think the dollar bears are still here. They're still strong. And as we approach this retracement level, we're hitting a 38.2% retracement from the swing high, the swing low. And we have just hit up against technical resistance. What was support could now be an area for the sellers. So how do we play this? Well, again, this is part of the reason why I think that this will probably roll over. Remember what we just said about the inverse correlation. If this rolls over, gold could see appreciation, right? A weaker dollar oftentimes causes gold to spike. Anyways, I do like that technical setup there for the dollar. Let's continue on. We'll take a look at some other pairs. Here's dollar yen, big spike up. And again, I think that of all the dollar pairs, this one still seems to be relatively strong. So we could take a look at, for example, this parallel channel, which, by the way, if you aren't using that tool, I love this new way of drawing trend lines. I'm not a ginormous fan of trend lines by themselves. I don't make trading decisions based purely off trend lines, and I don't necessarily think that's wrong to do. It's just not what I do. I do mostly horizontal structure because I believe it is a little bit easier to draw the same zones as what everyone else is drawing, which I think is actually important. Anyways, the dollar yen looks really strong. If you caught this move, guys, some of you guys probably, I know my daily chart traders probably were keeping an eye on this. Congrats if you caught this move. Dollar yen just flew off of these lows. And the question is now, is this going to just go right back to the highs? And this behavior, guys, is going to be very telling. I would highly recommend everybody who's watching this video to put dollar yen on your watch list, even if you don't trade it, because this currency pair has high correlation to the 2-year yield. Now, what the heck does that even mean? Again, if you watch my videos, I've made this point before, but I've mentioned that most people trade Forex. A lot of people trade stocks and options and leveraged products and futures. Only real traders, in my opinion, serious traders trade the bond market. And I do a little bit of it myself. Anyways, it's not my favorite thing to pay attention to. It's a very boring market, but the bond market tells you a lot because this yield is showing you guys, this is showing us what the Fed's outlook is looking like. Notice how, again, when we had, this overall, we're looking at the daily chart. Let's scroll out. You can see the 2-year had been on a decline for a very long time. It went flat. And then ever since the inflation fears started to creep, they are still creeping up. What this tells us, guys, is that going into this week, we've actually seen at the end of last week still strength to this it's not a currency pair. It is, of course, the 2-year yield. It's still on the rise. That shows us, what does that tell us fundamentally? That tells us the market is still thinking the Fed could continue some rate hike activity, and perhaps this war with inflation is not in the clear just yet. What would that tell us? Well, it could tell us that gold could potentially come down if, of course, when this is rising, that's going to generally cause some strength for the dollar. It's going to cause weakness for gold. Anyways, highly recommended to check out more information about the 2-year yield. I should probably be doing a video on this because it is a really important topic that is pretty niche. It's not a very clickbaity topic. It probably won't get a lot of views, but it is a very important topic. Anyways, dollar yen was the concept. Let's take a look, speaking of some of the things that could be negatively impacted by this. The NASDAQ took a little bit of a hit following the 2-year rise. Again, perhaps some expectations as we do go into this week, guys. We have a really big report coming out from the Fed. It is their decision, but most importantly, it is their statement on whether or not future rate hikes are coming. And if future rate hikes are coming, the market is kind of optimistically saying, I think they do the market is thinking they do one more rate hike and then they're done. Rate hikes hurt things like gold. They hurt things like indices. Okay. So if one more is coming and then we're done, these things probably still stay very strong and continue their march higher. But if more than one are coming, we got to be very careful. Anyways, for me, the NASDAQ is heavily on my watch list. Probably one of my top setups right now would be if this thing can pull back a little bit deeper. I'm trying to be patient on this thing. I rode this move. I rode some of the moves in here. I've been trading this thing long, but I'm not in a rush to pick it up after this really hot streak, right? So I'd like a bigger pullback. I don't mind taking a bit of a lower time frame counter trend trade because on the longer term basis, this chart looks really strong. But again, I think it needs that healthy daily chart pullback that we've got marked around 15,250, let's call it. So that's where I get interested again, and we'll see if we can get that opportunity this week. The NASDAQ is also one of our top buy signals on the EDGEFINDER right now. So we have all three indices, by the way, all the US indices, NAS100, SPX, and US30, as well as gold, giving us strong buys. Now I'm already in gold, but I am looking to NASDAQ and perhaps S&P for pullback opportunities going into this upcoming week. On the sell side, we have pound USD, which I think is very interesting. So what's going on with pound USD? Well, pound USD, so I'm going to say right off the bat, I would only be willing to be bearish on this chart if this technical setup broke out. You can see where I've got this marked. This upward trend is being retested here. I think one thing you have to acknowledge, what happened to sell off so hard? CPI for the UK came out less than expected. Inflation concerns, of course, subsided a little bit with that news. And of course, expectations for rate hikes went down. That, right off the bat, is going to tank the pound. But the question is that enough to break us out of structure and start us into a bigger downtrend? Or is this just catalyst for a healthy, sizable pullback before, the dust settles and we kind of continue to chug higher again? I'm going to go with, personally, more likely the latter, because I still think dollar weakness is here to stick around. And, so as we come into this area, I would be very cautious on, trying to short this. But I will say to the counterpoint, if this does break out, then again, all's fair, I think, and we probably see continued slip. But again, that would require some more news, that would require some more volatility, and it would require some price action that would be pretty convincing. Again, looking for a breakout there if you were looking to sell it, in my personal opinion. So I'm not actually looking to sell this one. It is a -3. It's a soft sell reading. It's not nearly as strong as, a score of 7, or if we had like a -6 or something, which we do not have any right now. So that's kind of where I'm at with this currently. Euro yen, pound Aussie, none of these look exceptionally good to me. Again, I just have my plate loaded with gold and the indices right now, which is what I personally love to trade anyways, but them having such strong signals are going to pretty much laser focus me on those things for the upcoming week. However, of course, feel free to take a look at some of the other. We actually have no currency pairs in the extreme readings, which is rare. Usually we have strong sells and strong buys for plenty of currency pairs on the EDGEFINDER. But of course, the EDGEFINDER is pulling data in consistently and building, it's building setups. So sometimes this is going to happen where you get kind of, not a lot of strength to one direction or the other. I think, guys, as we come into the Fed meeting this week, the Fed, which I believe is the 26th of July, will be a huge day. We're going to be streaming this. Actually, this whole week is going to be a really big week. Let me just say, if you made it this far, let's do something fun here. If you made it, we're about just under 18 minutes into this video. I want to just remind you guys, if you have not already, this is my terrible drawing of a bell. If you guys would hit the bell button, because this week is going to be huge. And if you do hit the bell button, let me know by typing the word and commenting bell button. I guess that's 2 words. If you hit the bell button, if you're one of the regulars, if you're one of the real viewers here, the subscribers that are watching these videos constantly, first of all, I just want to say, I may not know you personally, but I do want to thank you personally as best I can through this YouTube platform. I really appreciate it. I love doing this every day. This is my dream, to talk trading with people who also love trading every single day. So if you made it this far, hit that bell button, and also type the words bell button. The reason I tell you to do this is, guys, we've got so many big live stream shows this week that we're going to be doing, and I don't want you guys to miss them. So if you hit the bell button, it will notify you, hey, we're live, come on in, and then you can come join us for those big news events where we will be trading and talking setups in the moment. Right now, of course, these Sunday videos, I'm doing them when the markets are closed, but these charts will be moving when we're doing the live stream. So should make for an interesting week. Again, if you do want to join our Discord channel or get access to the EDGEFINDER, remember the links are down below in the description, and there are promo codes available for you there. Hope to meet some of you guys inside of the Discord channel. If you're not already in there, highly recommend you join it. Yes, it is a product that we sell. Yes, we make money selling these things. But I genuinely mean this every time I say it. I really believe that these products are well worth the money. And that if you're serious about becoming a better trader, take a small investment, put yourself on a demo account. If you're losing money, just put yourself on a demo account, take a small amount of money and invest in a service that can help you, whether it be ours or someone else's. If there's someone else on YouTube or socials, I don't even care if you buy ours or not, but invest something into actually learning. So many people try and do this stuff by themselves. I did it by myself, and I regretted doing it all by myself for so long. I spent so much more time learning than I had to because I could have just signed up with people and learned something quicker and gotten some help that actually would have made, I made so many dumb mistakes, losing so much, money in the markets before I learned what I know now. Firsthand experience, someone sharing that with me on a closer basis would have made the world of a difference and saved me a ton of money. Would have saved me way more than I would have ever spent on something that their products that we're offering. So anyways, that is my pitch. I'm genuinely, I'm genuine about that. I'm not, trying to just sell you something I think you don't need. I think everyone should consider subscribing to some sort of service that could help them. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in to this video. Have a great week ahead, and we'll see you back on the next video.